Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of... So yeah, much like yesterday, I had a few issues to deal with before starting. They were technical in nature this time, thus I'm, able to be here. I didn't have to rely on Aidan again for an intro sequence. This time it was more of a case of I forgot what I was going to do today for Gacha review, and I was trying to rapidly rearrange the plans, basically. That's the context for this, by the way. So that's happening tomorrow. For those of you looking forward to the Yu-Gi-Oh thing, my apologies. And the reason that there was also something else to do with, with the idea that Bond proposed yesterday that I had to, clarify. It's like, oh, wait, I forgot this major problem we might have, or, just in case. It's like, okay, I'm going to get that out quickly before I forget. I don't want to forget two major things today. But yeah, the reason we're talking about this video particularly is because after yesterday's stream, or I guess during it technically, because it was recommended on the original on the Witch Academy episode 8, it was next to it. It's like, oh hey, this is a new animated series dropped 3 months ago. Yeah, why not check this one out? And then by pure coincidence, Aidan got served the same video and recommended it to me as well, for similar reasons. So that's why we are both here to talk about this video today.
Hello.
Indeed. Yeah. So this video in question is
entitled
by a channel
named The Lost Prince.
Yeah. It's from a channel named Gretty Studios, which is a relatively new one, created only in November 2024. So what is that, 6 months or something ago? Okay, and it's already, I guess, getting a review in for the Motsmo Flops, some pretty good animation with messy writing. Well, I guess our job is done. Thanks everyone for watching. Please leave a like or dislike. Yeah, so of course, because it's from a relatively new channel, I think the channel at the moment, as of the time it's recording, has 424 subscribers or something like that. So not super well known. Clearly, you're an up and coming studio, basically. Potentially someone's first animated project of this, of this scale and nature. Don't know about first Gacha. That's not confirmed because some people make different.
I mean, who knows? So, at your first Gacha being a full-on animated project is scarily impressive. Immediately, it's like, oh god, oh. Imagine.
Yeah, so you never know. You never know what someone's prior experience is. Yeah, so I mean, some people like to jump to voice acting immediately for their first project with no prior experience in directing and that matter. Others, of course, take it a step further because the standard since that time, the arbitrary time of this unnamed person has increased. And people have different methods.
Listen, okay, we all know any good Gacha is fully voice acted, 100% animated, fully lip synced. We have tons of animations. Come on, we and also it has to be 20 minutes plus. That's just the standard, guys. If you want to make it in this industry, you have to meet the standard. Jacob over here can't meet the standard because he's unskilled. It's not fully animated, What a loser. You're not keeping up with the times, Jacob. You're so old. The standard, Jacob. The standard.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I also saw a video that was next to this one that's also called semi-animated. So you know what? I'm gonna start branding music like that. Semi-animated. That's a nice ring to it. Yeah.
Oh God. But yeah.
Yeah. I think I tabbed that video as well. I forgot what it was, but
Mops, I think you already gave your overall thoughts, but close enough, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess the specifics aren't there. But yeah, no. But in all seriousness, though, the whole I don't know, the whole Gacha community, I feel like sometimes gets super invested in the most advanced thing you could do, potentially.
Oh yes.
It's like fully animated's cool, but you don't necessarily have to make something fully animated, mostly because that's a huge time sink.
Look,
And
to some degree, that's always been the case in the gacha community. Like, it's more obvious now in like post Music Freaks. It's more obvious overall across the entire community. However, that was the case beforehand, where even in 2019 or so, people were doing like short animation basically, or animation tests most often. People complained about the fact you could do like the hair physics. That was like one of the big things that everyone was doing in terms of animation. So there's always been like a push to some degree. We've obviously seen people trying to implement things like custom art into their from that era, or like small elements of tweening from back in the day, or even like the early versions of front and back facing. So people have always been trying to push the envelope for that reason. Again, not building on the solid foundation most often. That's why I talk about like the false dichotomy of good visuals that was a bad story, or bad visuals good story, or in the case of a lot of gachas, bad visuals and bad story. So, but that's not obviously true. It's not even a dichotomy; it's a trichotomy. But whatever. That's obviously not true. But it's just what we most often see is people prioritizing one thing over the other. And I always recommend prioritizing story over visuals, because people will come back to something if it hasn't got like the best visuals. I mean, for crying out loud, South Park's been on the air for 30 years, so like the proof is there.
The proof is in the pudding. But yeah, like I do think at least from a gacha like standpoint, I don't know. Ever since like the Music Freaks made the whole animation jump thing, I feel like that's always been like what everyone does. Like Rabbit Hole is a great example of. I did enjoy episode 1 of the Rabbit Hole. I love episode 1 of the Rabbit Hole. It's pretty good. You know what the problem is? It's been like what, 3 years?
Has it? I remember we reviewed it when it came out. Has it really been that long since Rabbit Hole?
Wow. It's been a long time since Rabbit Hole has had any developments. And I mean, that's also kind of the problem of animated stuff. For what I mean, this show is potentially avoiding that for the most part, with episodes not seeming to be very long. This episode's only 8 minutes long. So it's not going for the full Music Freaks, like 20-minute episode length, so it's not
so if anyone from Gretty Studios happened to see this, we're not talking about the video as of yet. We haven't seen the video. We are not yet. Now we do blind reactions. This just like there's like our talk on the community like as a whole, and the perception of animation and the priorities that people have given it.
I mean, animation is great, but also God, I couldn't imagine doing a full animated show, or like a fully like animated in the way a lot of like people animate their stuff. On like if Fallen Angels was fully animated, God, that would be I
mean, look, I don't think we need to some extent, because I mean, yeah, like obviously we haven't got like the biggest followings, but for crying out loud, people have stuck with the Mutant Girl for 5 years and Fallen Angels for like 3.5 / almost 4 now. So, wait, wasn't that? Wait a minute.
No, Mutant Girl 6.
6 years. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so 6.
Fallen Angels is going on its 5th anniversary in July.
So there we go. So people have stuck with us for a long time, which is why I said, people will keep returning to things. You'll get the initial boost most often if you focus on animation, but if you have the story to back that up, that's even better. So like the ideal scenario would be, both situations. But honestly, until we're able to like acquire like that kind of, studio power to begin with, we don't need to make that jump, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Fallen Angels nowadays has very rare animation into it, like full proper animation. Episode 9,
and that is one thing that episode 9 got praised for. That's true.
Episode 9 being the only released episode. There's also the finale of Fallen Angel season 2, but that's not released to the public yet. Still being
you'll use it sparingly, and you picked the scenes that were most
okay, what scenes would I want animated out of everything in the whole season? What kind of scenes would I actually want properly animated, or benefit most from it, versus let's animate every single scene in the episode. I'm sure this 16-minute Fallen Angels episode being fully animated won't take 20 years. 20 years of my life. Oh God. I wish I knew
Yeah,
anime.
like obviously the
That'd
time
be awesome.
constraints as well. Yeah, I actually also recently called out Red Legend Studios because there was actually one point because if people don't know, Red Studios is the person making the Surface, like that the fully animated
Under the
gacha series
surface.
that has been in production since 2020. You know, I've been on the server like during that time ever since. And one of the things that she does like every so often is she'll try to like motivate like particularly the animators, because obviously they're the ones like have like the brunt of the work. But at least, anyway, the editors, animators, voice actors, whoever, basically because the project's been taking so long. At one point, she compared it to, remember the music freeze took 3 years to finalize, this and whatnot. So sometimes that would be the case. Nowadays, it's more of a case of just a general idea of, this will be great when it comes out. I think she said something like this is the first fully edited and animated gacha series. Something like that. It's like, no, it's not. I was like, hang on a second. And then I started like a whole thing of mentioning of people mentioning different shows that had that stuff, and she tried to like argue semantic stuff. Oh yeah, well that one is like fully one, or Idolize was one episode. This is gonna be a full thing. It's like that's not what you implied in the post. With no mention of Rabbit's Hole because by the time that I was going to bring that one up, actually people had like the message already sunken in, so I was like, okay, I'm not going to put the nail in the coffin. But yeah, Unbounded got mentioned also, which have been another example of this of a if you watch episode 3, an episode of a story that shoots itself in the foot and crushes the remaining bones, but still has amazing visuals.
Oh,
so again, back to the Lost Prince.
Yeah? The animated story that shoots itself in the foot all the time is Royale Fairy Academy.
Yes, which as of this review, we have watched fairly recently, so it is fresh enough in our minds.
And also, the same creator made episode 1 of new show. I forget what it was like some.
Oh, I forgot that happened. Yeah, someone mentioned they had a new show.
And that show, no, well, we already reviewed that show. The green animated green hair girl, whatever. School, confusing, fights.
Oh, was it the one where the character like jumps out a window?
Yes.
The first shot.
Yeah, that show also in episode 1. I mean, I don't think Royale Fairy Academy shot itself in the foot that much in episode 1, but that show, animated show, shot itself in the foot in episode 1. Immediately.
Well, I mean, I guess I guess no one's going to be disappointed by that if they go in with low expectations to begin with, compared to our favorite bar high. But okay, so this is so my question, like I said in the description for this video specifically, is are we going to get an underrated masterpiece or an overproduced blunder? That's what I called it in the description, because you never know. People obviously. Like the comments, it's hard to tell because without seeing the actual episode, everyone's talking about the visuals again because that's always what people focus on. So what is the actual overall quality? And we're going to find that out now after 18 minutes of talking about other shows. Let's talk about this one when we're here to this. So yeah, without further ado, on with the review. I'm not even gonna press play yet. I'm actually gonna start the review by talking about this award for most enthusiastic. So we have environmental storytelling already. That counts for me as both visuals and storytelling working in harmony with each other, and that's something I like to see. Also, see maybe there's tie hung on this chair, which is a very small tie, but we'll see.
Morning, honey.
Oh.
Okay, again. Every time I say this, every time that the characters' mouths move before they start speaking, it could be that's an issue in the actual video. It could be StreamYard not actually having them in sync. So I'm not gonna.
Maybe who knows.
Hey, where are you going?
Okay, that was definitely too obvious. Hey, where are you going? Like no one has the mouth full.
And this is why in Fallen Angels they just use the animated mouths and don't go for proper lip syncing, because I have a feeling I'll be really bad at actual proper lip syncing or trying to make it.
Yeah, see, people like to emphasize lip syncing, and to be honest, like the English language is one of those languages that more often than not uses that, especially in animation. However, with Gacha, I found that because the mouths move so quickly, the human brain doesn't catch up. So it's just so people noticing like lip syncing and saying like, oh, like people talk about good or bad lip syncs. So it's like when it's done, it's either good or bad, and you can actually notice it. But if it's the animated mouths, your brain is going to auto fill in that, like, you know, the expression, the emotion of the characters, and whatever they're saying, regardless, because because you're not given time to properly think about it. That's the thing with Uncanny Valley, particularly, because like the more you try to approach something to be realistic, the more the brain alerts you that something is wrong. So sometimes, depending on the person, sometimes going to like the other extreme is the better option. Depends on the
Okay, so a few things about this character design real quick. By the way, I love her hair. Her hair is awesome. You know, I like the curly hair, the short curly hairstyle.
All right.
And second, look at her color palette. This main character clearly says trans rights. Okay, we have your pink, we have your blue, and you have your white. She says trans rights. Okay, I am headcanoning. She is either an ally. I'm a headcanoning. At very least, she's an ally, or she's a trans. That's my headcanon.
I'm surprised, given the being the Fred fan that you are, you haven't commented on the Ascot yet, but fair enough.
Oh. I've seen enough people with ascots, you know. I don't. That's not where my brain automatically goes. I love Fred, but like, but I also love other Fred. Jacob.
Oh.
Okay, I guess it's me, other Fred. Hi, everybody.
Listen, I have to bring her in. We love Fred on this channel. We love her. She's a queen.
Yeah.
And a cat girl. A queen cat girl.
And other things in your continuity.
Oh yeah, in alternate universe, she's also part of a cat, probably. You know, that's a thing.
Yes.
As we have Chloe Bourgeois here.
Another really good character design, I'll say. You know, it's simple but effective.
None of the character designs are ugly so far. Let's go. Listen, okay, that's a big plus in Gacha because half the time, even in animated stuff, some of the character designs are still ugly. I'm like, God, these characters. But none of them are ugly. She's giving me Chloe Bourgeois, especially for like that blue eyeliner. Like the blue eyeshadow she has going on.
Yeah, fair.
Giving me Chloe Bourgeois energy.
And the blonde hair and the necklace as well. I mean, I see hers is gold, but it doesn't look like it in the animation. So yeah. Anyway.
Josie, hey honey, what are you doing back so soon?
Is her name Jealousy?
Josie.
Oh, Josie. Okay.
Josie.
Lindsay, I will come back here every day till the end of time till Clem gives me the job. That's a promise.
Why are you giving out everything? Yeah.
I have my pinky out. I have my pinky.
Wait,
we have to pinky promise.
Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah, all right. That is the right number of fingers. I was worried for a second because I thought there was one too many, but no. That's
also, I'm pretty sure this also uses assets from Gacha Life 2 based off the way the hair is shaded. So, and like the way the clothes are shaded and stuff. I'm pretty sure she uses Gacha Life 2 assets for the animation.
I mean that does make sense. Yeah.
So yeah.
Hasn't he told you like what 500 times now that
like the sound effects?
Just not cut out for it.
Oh, by the way, one thing I also mentioned, Josie and Lindsay are nowadays relatively old-fashioned names, which suggests that we might be in a different time period rather than just constantly in modern day. Not really sure.
Maybe, or they just want to do a more unique name.
Oh, hey, it's Brennan Lee Mulligan. Hey, gang, just got back. Something tells me I was too late.
You're not really. We literally just started. We just started, Vaughn. Okay?
Oh yeah, no, we had a whole discussion about
animated Gacha
which lasted nearly 20 minutes. So yeah, by all means, you still have the link. So if you want to join, go ahead.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, it's animated. It's fitting for you.
Yes, that would have been obvious given what you said before in the Discord and also what happened here.
Hey, Vaughn didn't hear that.
No idea what he's talking about. I'm completely cut out for it.
Okay, so here with the animation, I can see the joints.
Yeah, a little bit of obvious tweeting joints. Yeah,
I can see the joints.
This is definitely an art program issue because trying to get rid of those outlines without getting rid of any of the color behind them. obviously very difficult. That being said, maybe that could have been as it would have been disguised, given that given that it's supposed to be on the border with things that are the same color as it. You never know.
Really, Josie?
That was weirdly silent. I felt like sound effects there, because there were some sound effects beforehand.
No, I just have a theory of what just happened. So there was a very quick fade to black and then a fade to black up in the video. So my theory of why there was so much silence there was, or at least I don't know if there's a team of animators or just like a single person animating this. But like my theory
are you suggesting
is like
that multiple animators and the fade to black was the transition between one and the other?
Yeah, it was probably that, or the same animator was like exporting a file and just fade to black and just or like.
Okay, in that case, the recommendation is that in our productions, to anyone watching this, we do use multiple editors / animators depending on the person, and also but actually normally we have one person who is in charge of the score and soundtrack. Usually it's us. Depends. Sometimes I've been the one to score Fallen Angels, but most of the time it's the person creating it. Regardless of who it is, have one person send them everything so that they can then match this stuff. Especially if you're going to transition between animators in between one singular scene, which is obviously a more risky move than doing it from one scene to another in different locations, because then people are expecting a change regardless. But if you're going to do it either way, make sure that at least the sounds are consistent, or like have some, or like make sure the person is attentive to the fact that, okay, if you've left silences for that reason, fill them in with something in the final product.
Yeah. Also, Bond, listen. Okay. Yes. Listen. We technically. Okay, they're all animated, but this is like properly animated and tweened.
When people say animated in relation to gacha, they mostly are referring to tweening / live 2D / rigging / whatever. Most of the time, they don't count stop motion. Stop motion is animation, absolutely. So technically speaking, technically speaking, we are in the curve because we do animate, but that's not what people usually refer to, and that's not what that's not what people use like as a marketing point most often.
Although that's not even in the marketing, I don't think, or does it say Gacha animation in the title? I don't think it said it.
Normally I remove it, but oh no, this one just says voice acted Gacha series actually.
Doesn't say anything.
Yeah, if people don't know, normally when I make titles for Gacha reviews, I tend to remove the parts that say either GL series or Gacha series or whatever, because that's normally superfluous. So I just like, okay, Gacha review, then people can check out the actual thing once they've seen it. It sometimes also depends on YouTube character limits. Sometimes I push that a little bit more. But yeah, in the channel description, actually, the actual channel, they say we strive to create high quality graphics that can be enjoyed by all. Currently, so nothing mentioning the animation in this one. So who knows? Maybe that's why the algorithm hasn't been kind to this channel, according to the one commenter that mentioned that.
I mean, clearly it was kind enough to recommend it to me and you at the same time for some reason.
This is true, yeah. So the stars did align in that way at the expense of KW. So to some degree, absolutely, but you never know. But screenshot animation, but slash. I mean, there's not motion, not animations like Jacob's motion, not calling gacha media. It just ain't true. That is, that is fair. To some degree, we're using the nomenclature of the community, but yes, technically speaking, everything would count as animation. Which, hey, that would if we branded ourselves as animators and then let the comments debate about that, that would cause engagement. So who knows? Maybe next maybe next show. I don't know.
You need to learn to give up sometime.
I will never give up, old man.
Well then, since you won't stop coming back till I give you a chance, I have an offer.
Do you now?
I'll let you work as an intern for the company if you solve the mystery of the lost prince.
Okay. Okay. So I thought it's gonna be like, work as an intern while you solve the case, not you get an internship position after solving the case, which is obviously even more cruel. But I guess it shows like the commitment of this character.
Clem, wait a minute.
I accept.
Josie, are you sure that?
Are you doubting me, Lindsay?
No. I just.
All right then.
Well, yes, she was doubting you before. That was exactly what happened in the previous scene. When brute force gives you a job instead of a restraining order. Yeah, especially for, I mean, depends if this is a detective agency, so they might be privates, but they might be operated by the police. So yeah, be careful with those restraining orders.
Since this is your first case,
The flapping of the arms. Woo. That was slightly awkward. Everything else has been solid so far.
I'll help you out a bit. I'll set up your fake identity and school admittance.
Fake identity and school admittance. Hold on a second. Is this like a commonly known case that they haven't been able to solve yet? How long has the prince been missing and how much public info is about this? Because now I'm starting to question this. Wait a second. So we're just assuming people knew this prince was of school age, which was not established until this scene. Not everyone has watched 21 Jump Street, okay? So... And now it's okay, we need a fake identity now to investigate. So you're also going undercover, not just asking people questions like detectives would most often do. Okay. Several things that needed to be filled in there. There's a missing gap in the script somewhere. Like, oh, by the way, the prince is a student. Thank you. Anyway.
Wait, what?
Although then again, I guess there aren't many princes out there in the world, so I suppose if a prince went missing, it would be worth a lot of media attention, and people know the age of the prince. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that's what they're going on here. But still, we the audience don't know that.
You'll need to attend the school in order to find the prince.
There we go. Wait, you know what? Yeah.
The only information we have on the prince is his whereabouts.
Then how is he missing? And missing people, the thing you're trying to figure out is their whereabouts, surely. What?
He's somewhere in the castle. He's in disguise.
I'm sorry, he's in a castle in disguise, which, assuming that's where he lives, so he's not really missing, and in order to go into, and if you know that the prince is in a castle in disguise, why are you going to a school? Is the school inside the castle? You haven't said the name of the school yet. Do people know where this prince goes to school? Is that also public info? If so, why is it public info? I mean, I'm sure that people have worked it out, because paparazzi and stuff, but I don't know. I couldn't tell you where the British royal family go to school. But I have no idea. But there's a lot of assumptions going on here. And while I normally appreciate the lack of exposition in things and people, just like, and letting people like, the audience like realize this stuff, it would be nice to be clued in on a few more things a little bit. Just like work in natural exposition compared to, just going cold turkey. That's just the way to go. Yeah. If it's also found also not. Is like graceful detective agency's third place with disguise wins? Well, I mean, if that case, I could see why I have to go undercover because people would be, sick of detectives coming and asking questions. Because otherwise, people would, if they want to find the prince, surely they'd be willing to cooperate in, an investigation. I don't see why the undercover thing needs to happen in this situation. If I recall, the plot of 21 Jump Street was they became students to infiltrate a school because there was something like drug related or something going on. There was like some drug ring that needed to be uncovered that, the school at large would not have known about. People would notice that the prince is gone. I think.
What is his disguise?
No one has been able to find that out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the one part they don't know, and that's why he's missing, even though apparently they know he's in the castle. Which, another thing, if they know he's in disguise in the castle, like, how do they not know what the disguise is? Did he make a silhouette / Moore style presentation on via YouTube video that said, by the way, I'm going by a different name and I'm staying in my own house. but don't ask what I'm going to be disguised as, people who don't care about this. Ooh. Like, which another thing as well. If he's just like in his own house, whatever, the other people like would be concerned about it would be the ones who are, also live with him, which I mean, presumably they would also notice a difference, a change in staff. It's like, oh, hey, wait a second. This new hire started around the same time the prince went missing. What a coinkydink. Like, who are they fooling here? Ah.
I guess I'll have to then.
That's exactly
You'll
what
be in the disguise of an aspiring princess.
An aspiring princess. How can you aspire? Well, I mean, maybe if you want to like marry the prince, maybe if you're gonna then you're an aspiring princess. But also, didn't you just say to infiltrate a school? Did I miss that? I'm rewinding this conversation. Right, what did he say?
Wait, what?
You'll need to attend the school in order to find the.
Yeah, the school. He said attend the school. Is this a school for aspiring princesses? Is this Saint Olga's?
Prince.
Huh?
The only information we have on the prince is his whereabouts. He's somewhere in the castle. He's in disguise.
What is his disguise?
No one has been able to find that out.
Look at Lindsay here. She's just so bored of this whole thing. She's like, really? This is what people are, attention. This is your attention. RFA call. Yeah, I was waiting on this. I mostly said the whole like underrated masterpiece to overproduced blunder as hyperbole for the sake of the beginning of the video and the description of it. But it's starting to become more true than I originally intended to be.
I guess I'll have to then.
You'll be in the disguise of an aspiring princess.
That being said, I do like the way the skirt actually flares back and forth a little bit as she puts it on. That's nice detail.
You must fit the role. No one can know about your identity.
Look at these eyebrows and tell me they're not hard to see. Well, if I can look at them, they're not hard to see, are they?
Identity as a detective. If anyone finds out, your chance is gone.
You have one shot at being a detective. Don't.
Is it just me or is the choker way, way larger than her actual neck? Oh, I think it's because the neck joint is much smaller on the head. That's probably why, actually. Anyway. You can barely tell Bronze's expression because of her front hair. Oh, I see what you're getting at now. Which, yeah, she just looked bored to me in general.
Blow it.
The shot of a person's foot and then revealed is usually for the first time we see an outfit, not the second. But yeah, all right then.
I'm sorry. He just came up to me and I didn't know what to do.
Sure, I totally believe you.
Thank you. I thought you'd be...
Is she going to say not?
I'm being sarcastic, you idiot!
Okay, close enough. It's not the 90s, but yeah, fair enough. Since Aidan seems to be MIA right now, it seems like all the princesses, of this apparent school, I guess, which yeah, more RFA core, I suppose. School for aspiring princesses, apparently, seem to have at least some sort of decoration scheme to their outfits. One of them being stars, the other one being flowers. That at least shows that they have a consistent style of accessory that they're putting on top of these outfits. That makes them a bit more distinct than just, okay, here's a dress, there's a dress, there's a dress, there's a dress, that is some creativity at least. As far as these character archetypes go, there is no creativity here because we've seen these archetypes in a million places before, but we'll see what they do with them.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know. Maybe as the show goes on, they'll be deeper or something. I don't know.
Yeah, again, well, like I said, let's see what they do with them. This is their first introduction. They've only had a couple of lines. There are warning bells, but they're not ringing yet.
Oh.
We can never get walk cycles when it comes to animation easing. I mean, yeah. I mean, aside from that one I you mentioned in Kesuru, that definitely nailed it. Yeah, walk cycles particularly. Always a complicated matter. Again, check out Bond's poses in the Mutant Girl server if you want an easy walk cycle. Needs to have that jumpy AE. That jumpy AE. Keep it consistent and that jumpy AE. keep it consistent until they stop. The problem with A and walking cycles is that you can clearly see where the beats are in the cycle is supposed to be seamless. Fair enough. To all the animators out there, I assume that makes more sense.
Ah, yes,
than
you
the way I
know,
read it out.
it
All the
makes
tweeners, I
perfect
mean.
sense. It makes perfect
Yeah.
sense. As someone who does animation, because I make Gacha videos, obviously I understand what that means because my animator brain says that makes all perfect sense.
We talk about A all the time. I guess it means animation easing. Maybe that's what the is meant to. Oh, there we go. All right, like I thought. Okay. Fair enough. Then. I
You should
eventually.
know not to use abbreviations around me. I always mess them up.
To be fair, I should have caught on to that because it was like here before. But yeah, all right then. It took me a bit longer, but there it is. Animation easing equals A. All right then. Just give me a second. I'll show you what. What?
You gonna join? What?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said you weren't joining. We don't want to derail the stream too much.
Yeah. Anyway. Anyways, door open.
Come on, miss.
What have you missed? You've missed A. No context given.
I promise I'll be better next time if you don't give me detention.
Is her knee dislocated? Wait a second. Oh, okay. Oh, it's just her leg is like very high up. Fair enough. Yeah, that's viable. That happens. Yeah.
Soleil, this is the third time this week you have broken a school rule. I cannot let you.
Oh, Soleil, a French name. So I mean, it would make sense for this to be, an international school, given how few princesses there are. Not that there are French princesses anymore, because they got rid of the royal family very famously in 1789.
I don't know. Maybe this world just has royalty with modern day integrated.
Yeah, this is a world where the 1789 French Revolution never happened, and the bourgeoisie were never kicked out. Yeah, Soleil. Yeah. That means son.
Go without punishment.
Which makes sense with this color scheme.
Deep breaths, Josie.
I personally would have made her outfit a bit different than her hair color because I feel like her outfit is too much like her hair color. Soleil, I'm referencing. We're looking at Josie right now. I'm specifying Soleil. I would have made her outfit at least a little different coloration than her thing because I feel like her outfit is way too close to her, like, I guess the bottom of her hair, like her hair fade.
It does look darker than her hair, and the headphones are lighter. These are all different shades of yellow, but they do seem to almost.
I kind of wish they had some more shade diversity, or like they went slightly farther with the darker and like lighter, and maybe add some white or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, she's got this plaster on her face. That's a white accent, I suppose. I don't know.
Oh, you love plaster on characters, isn't that right, Zach?
It doesn't make sense on him because he can heal. It's fine on other characters. I never minded it on Jim, even though I probably should have over the course of the series.
Jim is. Oof.
Maybe it's an embarrassing scar or something. I don't know.
Well, he'd rather not talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There you go. Right. Exactly. Also, Louis the 16th can suck it. You mean Louis? Remember that whole debate we had, Aidan?
Oh God, we have a lot of debates on Gacha review over here.
All hail King Louis the 16th of France.
No, listen, Louis. His name is Louis. Okay, I'm calling him Louis. How dare you?
Okay.
By the way, this girl has her own soundtrack. She has like a rock soundtrack to follow her.
I mean, we do have a leitmotif for characters. That is extremely rare in Gacha to have a leitmotif for characters.
God, I want to add more leitmotifs to either themes in Fallen Angels or like characters in Fallen Angels.
Go for it. It's fun.
I do kind of struggle with them. Like, what would be a good leitmotif? Because it can't be general music. It has to be something very character specific or situations specific for leitmotif.
You did not tell me in the corner. Okay, so the context of that is that there was a character somewhere that was There was a character somewhere that was called Louis that was spelled like that, but like Aidan pronounced it Louis. And I said, oh, that's definitely Louis, like the French pronunciation. Then we had a whole thing about that. That's why I said Louis the 16th, because that's the example I gave in that stream and now also this one.
Josie, just act like you belong here.
Excuse me.
I'm an aspiring
Sorry about-
princess. I belong here.
I mean, honestly, if Soleil in her casual outfits, can get away with that as presumably and also an aspiring princess of France, maybe you don't have to try as hard. Because I mean, essentially, most of the time, especially if there's a fake ID, you wouldn't have to you probably would be educated in some way, to act like a princess would. That's why you're going to school for. So to be honest, being this acting out of place at the start on your first day makes more sense than, trying to pretend outright.
I know how to princess.
Hmm.
Oh, over here we have Principal Luna from My Little Pony.
Oh, okay.
Not
I was
really.
like, wait a second. Am I? Yeah.
Not really. I mean, I guess Luna has like a really dark blue. She has more like a seafoam blue hair, but Luna had dark blue hair, but close enough.
Hmm. Is it bad if Aidan will be here tomorrow? I just want to know how he's going to react. Oh, to the Yu-Gi-Oh thing? Yeah, you going to be here tomorrow, Aidan?
No. I work at good old 5:30. So.
Oh, maybe we can invite Junior as a guest then, and we can do the impressions again. Oh wait, actually, wait a minute. No, I can't do impressions. There's not the Duel Monsters cast. Dang it. Okay, never mind. We need Junior. I'm gonna be lost otherwise. Okay. Questions about this particular visual here. Actually, we've got seemingly a desk behind a desk here.
I think that's how they have desks that are kind of shaped like L's.
Where it's like you have like an L. Don't stitch two together and don't edit and not edit it. Like if you're going to,
I think that's what the implication is. Maybe the wood's just really faded. Okay, maybe the wood's
like
really
clearly,
faded.
yeah. Well, yeah, it's faded, especially down the middle where someone tried to saw it. Apparently, yeah.
Listen,
That's
listen. The principal here was not good at shop when she was going to princess school.
So she made her own desk in a school.
So she
for
tried.
princesses.
She tried to learn how. She tried to use her shop skills that she was not good at to make a super long desk.
Oh, dear
Lord!
Lord.
Sort of worked. That's definitely the lore, guys. We're adding lore.
Yes.
She's a bit of a troublemaker.
Oh God, that's what that other
right.
animated show made by what's her name? Who made Royale Fairy
Oh
Academy?
yes, that was
Troublemaker.
The name of it, yeah.
Oh no, PTSD flashbacks.
And you know what? Troublemaker is an Ollie Murs song, unlike Candy, which I was wrong about.
Trouble.
Yeah.
Are you the new student?
Oh,
New
yeah,
student.
I am.
It is very nice to meet you, Josie.
Yep, that's me.
Wow, some fake ID you gave her there. What?
You won't need a fake name, since no one knows who you are.
Rude.
I mean, sure, that's also true, but if they look into her for whatever reason, that's not good practice.
Here's your dorm key and your
Princess
schedule.
Josie, Princess of Imagination Land.
I mean,
in like Imagination Land, Australia, Switzerland, Japan.
none of those places are anywhere near each other. I hope you realize.
Listen, that's why they don't look into the fake ID, because it's a very poorly made.
I would look into the fake ID immediately if I saw Australia, Switzerland, and Japan together. Just staring at a globe for 3 seconds, you can tell those places aren't near each other.
No. Listen, it's a very good fake ID. It's a very good fake ID, Vin. You would fall for it, right? You would fall for it. You're for a fake ID.
Oh my goodness! If you said Austria, Switzerland, maybe I would have been like, okay, fine, but not Australia. All right. Also, enjoy your sleep, good W. All right.
And find your dorm. I'm guessing your belongings to put away in there?
Oh, yeah, totally.
No,
Oh,
I
God.
definitely brought my luggage into this room where everyone else already yeah. Like, is this the reception
no.
area? Because it doesn't look like it is, but maybe it
I
is.
don't think so. I think like the principal office, maybe. I assume.
I think this is it.
I mean, if you misread the number 18 on your sheet, you're kind of.
I think.
kind of
I think
stupid.
actually,
Okay.
I think it's like 118 or 218 based off the fact
Maybe,
that,
yeah. if it's
that
being
it looks
blocked.
like expanding more.
And then
Yeah.
she was like, these are
Oh, look! It's the two friendly-ish characters that we've seen thus far. What a coincidence!
the school rules, young lady. And I was like, oh.
Sorry, am I
And I was
intruding?
like, oh.
Wow, fantastic comeback there, Soleil. Really, 10 out of 10 right there.
What is this? One of my scripts?
Hey, I
Anyways,
heard about you.
Oh, you have?
Aspiring princess, huh?
Yeah.
see, she's already looked into her.
Can't relate. I'm here because of my stupid parents.
Sorry?
Oh, I'm Soleil, by the way.
Soleil? Cool
Uh,
name.
I love how they say it slightly differently. I'm Soleil, by the way. Soleil?
Yep.
It's like,
My name is Afmal. Offmal, you say?
oof,
Yeah,
wow.
that's
Wow.
Okay, no one said oofmal in my street, but some of them were close.
Oh,
You
God.
get when you're from the Ashman family. All about the
Lady Ashman danced all alone at
Oh,
night.
sun.
Okay, that silence made sense. That one I can understand. Yeah.
Ah, you looked at me, I'm
Sorry.
scared. Ah, help me.
Mhm.
I just.
My bad. I didn't mean to scare you.
I'm Celeste. And,
Oh, Celeste, and you're
I'm-
all themed around stars. How convenient.
Well, I mean, Soleil is themed around the sun, so I mean, what can I say?
I'm gonna go now.
Sorry, she's really shy, but she's pretty cool once you get to know her.
It's fine.
Oh, and your bedroom is right here.
Thanks.
okay,
Seriously?
never mind.
Nobody has found anything on this case?
Pajamas! Okay, listen. I always give that to a plus to any gacha where they actually have pajamas.
Yeah, with bow
Listen.
shops as well. Never seen that before. Well, not in Gacha. I've seen it in other stuff.
I mean, I think it's a really cute outfit.
Hmm.
And also blue, white, and pink color palette.
Yes, which is the same color palette we had before. I
Hey,
personally would have given her a different one for this different outfit combination, but maybe she just wants to be really consistent. Aside from when she's undercover, that's how she doesn't give herself away, of course. Because otherwise that'd be too obvious.
I don't know.
what-
Maybe the dress was given to her by the guy, anyways. Who knows? She may not have like a princess style dress or that kind of dress.
I mean, you would. I mean, the guy seemed to really. I think his name was Clement or something. Like he seemed to like not want to. But he seemed to just assign the case to her just randomly. So I don't think he had a dress like on standby.
We just conveniently have a dress your size in the back room.
Yeah. Which, but okay. My one issue with this scene here, this part is is the fact that we've already like seen her like legs emerge from the for the peaches. I don't think it's meant to be like an open thing, because you can see here, like I think it's actually also you can see like the tear there as like how it's like connecting, or maybe that's just because of how Gacha works. Yeah, like it's just Gacha because like it's synced up to the torso rather than to the legs. That's my one gripe there. If you're gonna go with animation, that's it's a tedious but relatively easy-ish fix. You can also notice in Gacha Life 2 the issue of like one leg being like thinner than the other, and like the outlines not quite matching up unless you really like pay attention to like the outlines as well. That's another issue that I have with even with screenshots actually. Speaking of walk cycles, yeah, there you go.
Guess I'll have to.
Oh, now I notice. So I said before the choker was like way too wide for like her neck joint. Yeah, absolutely. The neck joint is like way wider than the head seam portion. I think it's because like the head is shrunken down, so that's somewhat unavoidable unless you Let's use like the line that's not a joint. Fair enough. Oh, I'm checking DMs. Okay, fair enough. Stream derailment time. Okay, here we go. Bon has sent me things in my messages. The result is not tragic. And I must go through all my images. Then we'll see how what is magic. Where is it? No, it's not here. It's saved somewhere else. Now I have to search.
Wow, stream.
Normally it goes straight to downloads. Where did it go? No. Okay, no. Now it shows up. Oh, okay. I was looking at the wrong import. That's why. Okay. Unless it doesn't import MOVs. It doesn't. Great. Okay. Let's convert the files from a site online. I'm just wasting time. That's it. Oh wait, no, that's the I pressed the wrong button. I don't want sound. Need to see the bounds of practice. I don't know. Come on. Okay, there we go. Now it should show up. Here we go. Animation easing showcase. Now it just needs to load in the video. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Done. All right. This is the animation easing showcase from Bon. The person gets consistent. Okay. All right then. If I ever see those toggles in a video editing software, I'll know what they are. Fair enough then. Okay. I didn't know you couldn't do these. I didn't know either. Until right now. Yo, it's like, normally when I import them into Vegas or something, it's fine. Yeah, for StreamYard, I guess not. I don't know. Also, AB rhyme scheme's like the most common. Okay, everyone. Yeah, fair enough.
Anyways, dying aside.
Why
Apparently
is
she
this
doesn't
thing
know
not
how a flashlight works.
I think it was actually an ABBC, but yeah, anyway.
turning on? Ah! Ow!
I need to be very subtle because I am undercover. Why won't this flashlight turn on? I'm not planning to leave and go anywhere.
Ow.
Are you daft? Put that mic out.
I'm guessing this one's the
Okay,
fence?
so let's look. Oh god, wait, go back
Wait,
to that frame. Okay, we need to analyze the prints. We need to use mystery occulta brains to determine any potential traits. So he has like light brown hair, blue eyes.
If he's in disguise, he probably won't match that description anymore.
Well, yeah,
He's
but
done, he's done it properly.
listen, it's mystery. Okay, listen, use your mystery occultist brain. You got it. You got to use the mystery clues.
In Missions of Occulta, all the NPCs sound the same. that won't help.
They all do sound the same in mystery occultist because listen, I don't have no my no.
No nose. That's also a feature. Seems to wear relatively plain attire compared to all the princesses. So there is also that. It's also worth noting, what the I assume king looks like. So again, if you want to ask anyone some questions, like detectives would in this case, you know where to go. Have you had any recent hires on the day of your son's disappearance? And if so, who are they? Oh, one person? Well, no. Also, I guess the school is also the castle. I mean, I guess when you have a castle and never all that space, so you don't know what to do with it, you might as well make a school, for aspiring princesses.
The prince is very sad too. The prince is very sad, so that must be a character trait. The prince being sad.
I guess that's probably his motivation for going in disguise. But then again,
probably.
he didn't seem to go very far, did he?
Don't worry, I'm gonna go in disguise at a royal academy. When I'm running away from my princely
like inside my own house that I assume my father potentially runs or hired someone else to do. Maybe, I don't know.
God.
Like in Orchid, Jacob would cut this plot in half if he were in it. I mean, I feel like Orchid definitely inherited my my penchant for like breaking down everything that a person says that doesn't make sense.
Listen, okay, listen. Orchid's a tad mean sometimes. I mean, not the.
Only when people deserve it and use others for their own gain.
Listen,
I thought she's really
Listen, Sonny, I only did that so I could live a comfortable rich woman's life.
I mean, I guess that does make sense, but it's not really much of an excuse, is it?
And I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Are you haunting me now? You could have said that. That could have been your last words. That would have been amazing. But oh well.
Oh my god.
Actually, it would have been like the murderer's last words. That would have been, I imagine. Anyway. You say sunny, I say sunny. Some say so late, that's kind of funny. I don't know.
This one's the prince? Oh, come on! Stupid
Don't yell. You're sneaking around. You're sneaking around. Do not yell. Do not speak loud.
Right?
Oh.
Finally.
Yeah.
I guess I
What do you mean finally? It just happened. What do you weren't there for ages trying to anyway.
should go explore some more. Ah!
Jeez.
Wow, blue eyes and partially dyed hair.
Oh.
I wonder who this could be.
Wait a minute. Orchid, I need you to lock in. Who do you think this is the prince?
I'm setting I'll keep some close tabs on him for sure.
Very funny.
Maybe I'll actually flirt back this time and take off his wig when he's not looking.
Oh my god! Well, if his hair is dyed, though, you can't really take off his hair.
I mean, yeah, if it's dyed hair, if it's a wig, then that's one thing, but you never know.
I feel like if you're going in disguise, so it's better to dye your hair than to have a wig, because then you don't have a chance of it falling off, or anyone seeing past the wig.
I didn't yell, and nor do I. So if you don't mind, I would appreciate if you could lower your wand.
I haven't seen
the same
you
scene, I
around
think.
here before. Who are you?
Obvious edge of front hair is obvious. Holy, that's but yeah, we talked about this before. How I think this definitely as an art program issue of trying to remove the white borders from the transparent PNG before it's like exported. So yeah, it's just a case of like there's obviously there's a risk if you do that and you don't do it correctly that you'll end up like making it uneven. However, I would argue that, to be honest, if you're trying to join it to something that is the same color as itself, being uneven will be relatively well disguised. The exception would be the outlines. The outlines would be more difficult to do because they are either bordering the air or something that is obviously not them because they have their outlines. So yeah, I don't know. Moving course, I use a chroma key where I can, always does the trick. Yeah, fair enough. Again, if your chroma key is not as bad as mine is, then that absolutely works. And in most cases, it will.
Who wants to know?
Where are my manners? I'm Ezra.
The
You can also
Lost
see slightly
Prince.
transparent. You can see like the outlines of the actual of the rear hair, like peeking over the top as well.
I'm Ezra, the Lost Prince. I mean, I'm not the Lost Prince at all. What do you mean? Where would you get that silly idea?
Ezra's a prince name too. Yeah, from the Dragon Prince, if I recall correctly. Yeah. Nice try, Richie, but yeah.
It's nice to meet you.
Josie! I'm Josie.
Well,
I also have no volume control. Josie!
Josie, what are you doing?
I would have lost it if he just went, well, Josie! Nice to meet you.
That would only work if they were doing live recordings.
I don't like how deep and rough that guy's voice suddenly got when he said that. A friend of flag just in case. Josie. Lucinda.
Oh my god, Lucinda.
Oh my goodness. Maybe we should have. I was tempted to do the Ivan voice. That there's for the parody, but it wouldn't have worked with the song. I don't think. Anyway.
Josie. I'm Josie.
Bond, James Bond.
Snooping around at this time.
You want to go to Hollywood? Anyway.
Time of night.
I'm not snooping, just...
Yeah, also, why are you here, Ezra, if you're...
Yeah, I think you're snooping, too. I'm not snooping, I'm looking. There's a difference.
Which, by the way, he has no flashlight, so either he has dark vision, or the flashlight was entirely unnecessary on
Josie, you know what would be a perfect lie here? Say you had to say you're looking for the bathroom. I don't know. Like, I'm looking for the bathroom. I don't know where it's at.
No, it's Ezra, not Ezra. Ah, well.
With a flashlight in the middle of the night? How completely normal.
Well, you see...
Yeah, compared to you...
I just wanted to check.
Ah, yes, completely normal behavior. Okay, I guess the guards are around. Well, to be fair, curfew, I suppose. That would make sense.
Oh, I thought he was trying to kidnap me or something.
I mean, that line is kind of superfluous, but okay.
So...
If he was trying to kidnap you, why not bite his hand? Do what Scuba did.
Oh my god. Okay, well...
No more pull the red flag card. All right, here we go. Okay.
Vaughn, we don't discriminate against germs here. Don't be a bigot.
What? Moving on.
He's being a germaphobe, okay? We don't discriminate in this channel. How dare you, Vaughn?
Do you want to let go of me now?
Oh!
You were holding on to her? What are you talking about? I saw where your arm was. Excuse you.
Sorry.
Didn't know you were that much of a scaredy cat.
Well, I mean, when I get
you
kidnapped...
just met her. What do you mean didn't know you were too much of a scaredy cat? As if you've already interacted with her before. What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Is that on the bingo card?
No, it's not on the bingo card. That was the point.
Oh.
Yes. What do you mean? Yeah. What? Whoa. This stranger is scared.
We don't discriminate
unprepared.
against
What do
germs,
you mean?
We don't discriminate against germs. They're sentient creatures just like us. Therefore, they deserve rights. Hashtag germ rights.
Some germs actually aren't sentient. Like viruses technically aren't sentient on their own. Anyway.
I hope to see you around, Josie.
She's suspicious. Episode ends.
Oh, wow, that was very abrupt. Okay. Oh, we actually get credits in here anyway. And this one does it really good. I like this one.
I still prefer it being in the description rather than the doc method they did with this, but you know.
Perrito VA! That is an amazing name. That is fantastic. And of course, there's the one person in every gacha cast that uses their actual name, which fair.
R1. R1.
Mm-hmm. Yes. On the list of suspects, you certainly are one.
Oh god. So, episode thoughts. I mean, I think it's pretty decent. I mean, there were some offline deliveries. The animation is kind of not the greatest, and there's some superfluous lines. But honestly, I thought it was pretty fine. You know, it was pretty decent. You know.
You say Perrito V, I say Federico for some reason. I am staying out of this, okay? I have suffered enough. Okay, yeah, so for me, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I expected, but I wasn't expecting this. But what Mop said before, actually, you know, still very much reigns true. Let me just go back all the way to the beginning. Pretty good animation with messy writing, because the whole premise of this is completely off. Like the idea of a detective proving themselves, and that's why not being about the lost prince being the subject of it, rather than you know, like the main character. That's fair. And they're trying to be a detective and, you know, trying to go and discover it as a way to prove themselves. Okay, sure, definitely a jerk move on, you know, Clement's part, if that's, I think was his name again, the boss's part, to make an impossible case. But then again, if, you know, it seems that she wasn't cut out for this before, it would definitely prove that was the case. Like, that part I follow. It was only when they started to talk about when the first mention of the school came about that I was like, okay, wait a second.
Yeah, I mean, the school is kind of sad how we are in another academy. Again.
Well, okay, it's not that necessarily. I mean, because there's a unique reason for why she's there, and a reason why, you know, she's actually, you know, out of the loop. And I doubt very much that we're going to find out that she's actually a secret princess this whole time because of this.
But I mean, I find the character motivation to be pretty nice, though. Like, she wants to prove herself as a detective, and I do kind of.
Let's know more about why, but maybe in a future episode. Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. Like, if you look at a lot of Gacha series that we've been reviewing, especially recently, it feels like the character, I guess, part of their goal is maybe proving they're special or whatever, maybe in some way or something like that. You know. Like, but I mean, this is just kind of like, I want to be a detective, so I'm going to do what I can to do it, which I do kind of like that goal for my series.
Yeah.
I mean, I am a bit worried about the mystery potentially being too obvious. Like, I know we kind of pegged that guy as probably the Lost Prince, which...
He showed... I mean, I hope it's a red herring on account of that he showed up right after we saw the picture of the prince, so why would anyone not make that connection? I'm hoping it's a red herring, but we'll see.
I mean, I'm hoping we get introduced probably to like maybe 4 to 5 male characters who, as the story goes on, we can eventually be like, ooh, which one is the prince?
Yeah, which one of them least wants to be there, you know?
I mean, the mystery concept, I don't know why the prince would stick around the school after trying to hide.
The prince. Yeah, why would the prince stick around the school if he's trying to hide? Why would they call it a missing prince if they know his whereabouts? How did they figure out that, you know, he is in disguise, but not what the disguise actually was? How'd that become public information, but nothing else? If the whole point was for him to be hidden, why was his information leaked in the first place? Like, and if he tried to disappear, why would he like hide in plain sight? Maybe that's the best tactic, but still, like, you would think that he would try to at least, like, you know, make a getaway somehow and not just become, I don't know, a person in disguise or a new hire potentially, or even a new student for that matter. Like, there is, stories giving me a headache. Like, none of this, like, beyond that first scene and that first motivation, none of this actually works. So we have at least, like, you know, a character we can actually, you know, like relate to and, like, you know, root for, because the motivation is clear. But what we don't have is an actual clear path behind it, like at all. And like I said before, you know, when it comes to your messy story foundations, there's nothing like majorly problematic about it. It's just that none of it actually, you know, makes any sort of sense if you think about it for more than 5 seconds. So
to be fair, this not being problematic in any way, surprisingly, in more recent videos we've been reviewing, is a good thing. It's sad.
That is a plus. That's why I mentioned it. Like, I'm not putting on the same level as the other stuff, but it's, you know,
this is not Royale Fairy Academy's levels of problematic.
Yeah.
Or Witch Academy's levels of problematic. God.
No, definitely not the case. Yeah, red herring, because the guy does red hair. Yeah. exactly. You
Well,
know,
his hair is actually like I'm pretty sure it's brown with like a red streak. So not really. It's not
Yeah.
a ginger, but you know.
red streak with a white outline for your front hair. You must be a prince. Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I think this has potential. You know, I mean, I don't know. I think the voice acting for the most part's good. Except for this time, Josie gets really loud. When Josie gets really loud when she's supposed to be sneaking around, the director not be like, "Hey, by the way, here's a bit of context. You are sneaking around during this, so try to keep your voice kind of lowish, maybe middle, like kind of like very like quiet speaking based."
Yeah,
But,
so that's definitely bad directing. Compared to
Like,
bad voice acting, yes.
because like I do like the fact that Josie's voice actor puts a lot of energy into her lines, because like it seems like she's not one of those voice actors phones it in, but at the same time,
Yes,
putting
I'm
that
guessing,
energy in at the wrong time, unfortunately, based off like the situation you're in.
Yeah,
It's
what
like,
I'm guessing what might have happened is that the creator, you know, presumably Gretty, you know, was excited by having a voice actor that, you know, can that can like give off energy, and just like, oh wow, so energetic. I'm not gonna question this at all, even if it doesn't make sense.
even if
Some first time
energy
directors
isn't
are really
useful
like,
right
you know,
now.
somewhat intimidated by voice actors if they you know, if they end up like really good at the beginning, which is a weird thing that happens, but you know, comes from social awkwardness, maybe. I don't know. And now I'm psychoanalyzing the creator, but you know, it's possible that might have happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, as far as like you said before about you know, the show shooting themselves in the foot, this one definitely shot itself in the foot in the first episode. Like they can potentially claw their way out of it, but it's gonna be tough given what we're working with at the moment. Episode 1 is always like very important for stories, especially for gachas when sometimes it ends up being like the only thing you see of the series. But in general, yeah,
Rabbit Hole,
Yeah.
the only episode we've seen.
Yeah, but which you said, you know, actually you enjoyed because like what it actually sets up is, you know, is appropriately solid. But just like RFA was mostly disappointing because his first episode, while not making entire sense, like at least showed, you know, what everyone was, you know, dealing with.
You know.
Yeah.
And then
Exactly.
as the show went on, it kept shooting itself in the foot till it's a mangled corpse.
Yeah, so
Crawling.
I'm really hoping this one isn't going that direction, because if it's already this bad in terms of the story so far, that's not a good sign for the future of it, unless like some serious like reconsideration is applied into the scripting process. Because you know, that's after all where everything comes from before all the other stuff supposed to happens. Yeah. So figure out what to do about this. Yeah, well, having actually travel further than, you know, like his like the end of his bedroom. Yeah. It's going that direction. Well, okay. You want to continue our convo from earlier? Well, I mean, sure. I can always make dinner while we talk, so I might like run back and forth. But yeah, absolutely.
Join
if you're still around.
the restream room,
Yeah.
I guess.
Speaking of that convo, by the way, if you miss Federico, I'll say I channeled a lot of like his energy and his like character archetype into Nathaniel. They both serve the same purpose narratively compared to where they actually were. So, you know, there's that. I know that's not really an available option right now, but who knows? If you were here for yesterday's stream, we know what the conversation might be about. It could be. We'll find out. But for now, they're gonna sign off until we talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Potentially tomorrow. Depends. Yeah, we'll see. We'll make sure that Aidan watches it at some point and, you know, get like his thoughts on the matter. You know, we'll find out. Who knows? Maybe a rare Aidan review if Kim is interested. Who's to say? But for now, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. And subscribe if you've done so already. And on that note, until next time, farewell.